works.
Ignited,
Yes.
what is it called? You ignited spark?
Ignite your spark.
Ignite your spark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're gonna be live on Facebook also.
Ooh, okay. Let me.
Soon enough, we'll be live on TikTok when we get enough followers.
Can't. Is there any way that you can like?
I'm gonna share. Hold on. Let me share. Let me share the flyer.
No, I just have to do that.
I don't
I'm gonna
think
share
so.
the flyer.
Share it while we're on. Look, when she's going through, when one of us asks her a question, that's when you can share it on your phone. Okay.
Where do I set it up?
Oh, you wanna? No, just share it. Just share it.
Just share it later.
No, it'll be a live share. I think you could do that, right?
Yeah, I can share.
So
I can share it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they're live, you're following it anyway.
Okay, so
you get the
Melissa Franklin,
notification.
and then I'm gonna go live.
And then boom.
No, we're gonna go live, and then you're gonna share it.
And I'm gonna
So
share.
we're not gonna actually be live. I'm not gonna be actually live. Only send it.
If you're watching on YouTube, give us a moment.
Oh, are we live on YouTube right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Oh, you need to get in the shop.
Okay.
Get closer.
Okay.
Here.
Let me. Okay, I'm putting it on the
There we
phone. Okay, tune in.
Should I move the camera a little more?
A little
Or we're
bit
good?
more.
Yeah, it's too much over there. Okay, let me know when this
Do your
is
thing.
centered. Okay? I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and go live on Facebook also.
Yeah,
they could watch
They
us.
can watch this
Yeah,
live.
it ain't a big deal.
Raw.
Yeah.
I love it. Like it's
not a big deal.
authenticity.
We're not pretending to be professionals.
No.
So
I love
let
it.
me know when my chair is in the middle.
This
That's
is awesome.
what a podcast is all about.
That's what it's all about.
Is it in the middle? I'm not sure.
A podcast is all about doing your own thing, making mistakes, and keeping it raw.
Yeah.
Is that good? See my chair?
Yeah. Your chair's in the middle.
Okay, then we're good because I know that she'll probably. Let me get
I'll
out
just
of
scoot
the-
over there next to you, whatever. Whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna let them know
Okay.
that we're live on YouTube right now.
Okay. Let's do this.
I'm on Instagram also, but-
I am.
Scoot over here.
Okay. I'm just gonna share it because for some weird reason there's like this weird feedback when I go live on my Instagram and I don't like
You know
it.
what? I went the wrong way. I was supposed to go towards you.
That's what I did last
Let's do it one more time.
One
Hey
more
guys,
time.
we're live on Facebook. Give us a moment. We're figuring some technical issues that my
It's
bad.
minor.
My
It's
bad.
called the seating
But there-
arrangements.
but I'm just being anal right now. That's all.
Right
Get over real quick.
Okay. Here we go again.
Second time's a
I
charm.
think time already.
Second or third time. I don't know what it- I lost count. Okay.
Well, hello, San Antonio.
Okay, just about there.
We're waiting for all you guys to get on.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, we're good now.
Hello, San Antonio podcast on YouTube.
YouTube and Facebook.
And TikTok.
Well, we're not live on TikTok, not yet. Help us get live to TikTok.
Yes, we're working on
No
TikTok.
followers.
And
This is better.
Go
Yep.
ahead. You want to ready to say hello, San Antonio? Go ahead.
Okay.
Bring us in.
Hello, San Antonio. Melissa Franklin.
This is Bill Martinez.
And we have a fabulous C-Mac. We've been wanting to interview her for like, what, 2 weeks?
Doing
yeah,
no longer than that.
a
Yeah.
little longer than that. Hi guys, I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's
glad
an
that you're
honor.
here.
This is beautiful, by the way.
You're gonna pay too much attention to that and forget the camera because I kept
We-
looking down. That's why I lowered it.
we are live. No, I it's been a while since we've tried to
Close to
kinda
2 months.
get
somewhere
together.
around there.
schedules and just events. You guys are busy, like doing
Well, it's
live
the holidays.
broadcasts during
It's been the holidays. and
Y'all are
Chris-
Hello San
Christmas.
Antonio podcast, so it's like every time I see you guys live, you're always somewhere. So, and I'm doing things too. So now we're here.
We are here. Now,
Yeah.
C-Mac is here. Now, tell us what podcast you are with. Tell us what podcast
so
you're
I
hosting.
am the creator of Peeling Off the Layers podcast, which just turned 3 years old, October 3rd.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
That's awesome.
much. So
Congratulations.
it is a self-help podcast. Not only do I talk about my own personal struggles of just resiliency and tenacity and grit, but I also talk about like my backstory, like my success, what I had to go through to get me here today. But I'm also shining a light on community leaders who are really making a difference here in San Antonio, but not just San Antonio. It's like international, worldwide.
Very cool.
And I'm so happy about that, to just have a platform that, builds up and uplifts other people. And it's just been a ride. It's just been a ride for sure.
Well, she's literally uplifting me. We met at a women's empowerment group.
Ignite your spark.
Ignite the Spark with Rachel Porter.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi. And Melinda Buddias.
Yes.
Introduce us. Hi, Melinda.
Hi, Melinda. She's so beautiful.
Yeah, you've been a great inspiration to me. We call you for advice.
Yeah.
And we just started a few months ago.
Almost you just did your 3 year. We're about to do a 3 month.
But I had, you have to start somewhere, but it's okay to be a beginner at something.
Yeah.
Everything that we see now, all these inventions, there were once ideas, so it's like, I love it. I love seeing podcasters doing their thing, whether they're veterans in the game, whether they're beginners, as long as you have like the grit and the gun-ho to do something like this, you're badass.
So tell us how you started.
Okay, so oh my god.
No, I don't want to know that right now.
You don't? Okay.
I have a problem with you, okay? So I understand that you're going to the Drake concert, right?
I am. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you just ignore my question?
We're gonna go back to it. Don't worry. We'll go
Okay.
back to it, okay? I just gotta release my tension, I suppose. Inner tension.
Shout out to Drake, by the way. Shout out to Drake.
Shout out to Drake.
Hi,
When's that
Drake.
concert? I'm like so jealous.
Okay, so it is in San Antonio.
Oh, you're going to the San Antonio one.
No, not the one here. I'm actually flying out to go see him elsewhere.
Oh, no kidding. Would you have rather done it here? Or no?
No, because I really love the adventure and
Okay,
being
you want
able
that
to
experience.
see like another city while you're at a concert. And I feel like at the end of the day you can get a better deal too.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So if you go ahead and purchase your tickets way ahead of time, flight and everything, and the whole package, you get a better deal because I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly the tickets sold out like in 30 minutes.
Wow. And
Here in San Antonio.
Here in San Antonio.
Even,
wow.
But
Okay.
it's always a different experience in a different city.
exactly. Yeah. So where it doesn't matter where you go see them. I mean, you're going to have a good time. I mean, but if you have the means to go ahead and travel to another city, why not make a vacation out of a concert trip?
Sure.
I love it. I love the thrill.
What's your favorite song of Drake's of all?
Oh
Because he's done so many albums. It's crazy.
You know what? To be honest with you, I love the first album he had.
Okay.
Take Care.
Okay.
And the record is called Take a Shot for Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a favorite song off the newest album? For All the Dogs? Or My Dogs?
For All
or
the
something? For All the
Dogs.
Dogs, right?
You know what? All of them. I like Drake.
Really?
I like how he's so versatile.
Mhm.
And he's just really crossed over into a whole nother market. Especially I love house music. So it's like when you can take a fast beat and rap over that fast beat, and you can really
Yeah, that was pretty creative.
yeah, and really gain the love of the new generation to love you. I mean, come on now. I'm 37. So I remember when Drake came on the scene, when he first signed to Cash Money with Lil Wayne, and when Nicki Minaj first came on the scene. I mean, come on. I've actually watched these artists grow up.
Yeah.
So I love it.
So I'm gonna put this out there in the air. Drake, when you come to San Antonio,
You gotta
be on our podcast. Hello, San
Yes.
Antonio. Come on, get on. I'm gonna put it out there.
To the Hello San
I'ma
Antonio
put it out there.
podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, San Antonio. We'll take really good care of you, Drake.
Yeah. I need to share this on my Facebook real quick, y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But while you do that,
Uh-huh.
you can walk and talk at the same time.
I
Right?
can do it all at the same time.
Okay, so she's not being rude.
No, I'm not.
Back to your original question, Melissa. So, how did you get started? Is that what you had asked her?
Yes.
Yes, she
Okay.
actually.
I
that.
wanted
Okay,
to know
I'm
how
sharing
she
it.
got started because she was actually when I first met her, I was like, oh my gosh, you've been doing this for a while.
Oh
And I
my
just
God.
started podcasting, and I was like, can you be my mentor? Can you give me some advice?
Yeah.
And I needed a little help.
That
And
blew me
she was there
away.
for me. Like, she answered every single call. She's a sweet woman. And we were on her podcast as well
I'm gonna share also.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I want to say I have the flyer. You guys were on my podcast
About a month ago?
About a month and a half ago, maybe. But how we met, again, shouts out to Rachel Marie Porter. She's an amazing life transformational
and
coach.
Manny Diotti as well.
Yes, she's beautiful. Shouts out to Mike Anthony and the whole All Access
and Melinda,
team.
yeah, Mac Anthony and Melinda.
So when we met, when Melinda introduced me to you and you asked me to be your mentor, like real talk, I was blown away by that. Because that doesn't happen all the time. So I feel like when people really genuinely come to you and ask, hey, could you be my mentor? Like that truly says something about you, because not all the time you feel like, you know, am I doing enough? Like, is all this worth it? But I feel like the more that I'm being asked to share my story, and when people like you approach me and ask to be mentored, it's like, oh my God, okay.
You're doing something right.
I am doing something right, and all for the right reasons. So that really meant a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. I wanted to like really let you know that. Not because the cameras and the lights are in our faces, but I really felt like, oh my God, I was like really taken aback. And yeah, it's just been very genuine. And like I said to you guys, like collaborations are, people at the top are always collaborating. I'm meeting people, opportunities are opening, doors are opening. And I feel like if all you feel like is if you know you're in competition with other people, you don't want to share resources, you don't want to share information, you're a hater. You know?
Not only that, it reflects your insecurity.
Exactly. And it reflects your character. Like,
yes.
You know, so people who don't collaborate, like people who are in competition are at the bottom, and the people who collaborate are at the top. And that's a true statement.
And I'm always a big support on women supporting other women as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I feel like what you guys are doing is great. And I've told you this millions of times, like what you guys are doing is great. And I'm glad that you got started, because just think back, what if you never started?
Yeah.
You know, no one can do.
It'd be crazy if we had never started.
You
right?
never started. If all you did was just talk about
it. The short 2 months.
Exactly. Well, we didn't know what we're doing at the big. Well, we still don't know what we're doing.
But you're doing it though.
Yeah.
And we're learning. And I want everyone to watch. Even we support other podcasters as well. So if any other podcasters want to, you know, be in our podcast, we'll be on y'all's podcast as well, supporting you guys. Collaboration and supporting one another, and you know, just helping one another out, especially in San Antonio, because we're all about hello San Antonio.
Y'all are it. Like y'all are the go-to. I feel like y'all are the go-to podcast. When I hear Hello San Antonio podcast, y'all are on the scene. And I don't have to share everything right now, what I've told you in private, because people, they gravitate towards that. They run with it. So you got to be careful about the things that you share, but y'all are it. I don't care what nobody says.
Well, thank you
so
much.
much.
Those are very kind words.
Yeah. And it's true. It's a fact, because I see what you're doing. You're investing. It's time. It's energy. Some people think, oh, podcasting is just a hobby. It's just something to do for fun. But people are passionate about this industry. And, you know, think about it. Years back, when it was just talk radio, no one was listening to that.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't. I fell in love with NPR. But that was over 9 years ago? That was about maybe 9 years ago.
No, I don't know what NPR.
It's like a talk radio. It's like talk radio.
Yeah, it's like
it's talk radio, but they have different segments on there, and
it's kind of like coast to coast.
How would you describe it, Bill?
No.
How would you describe it?
Well, it's news related, right? Isn't it?
It's news related,
Yeah.
and they have some pop culture. There is a segment that I truly love. It's called Away with Words. So
I don't know NPR that well. So.
Yeah.
Is it like on XM radio, or can you get it on like FM or AM?
Yeah, you can get it on FM. I'll
Okay.
I'll send you the information, but there's some people who know about NPR. And again, it's just like they provide resources, they do storytelling, they talk about different, you know, like they have a communication podcast, and I'm a communication major. So I love words. I love quotes. I'm always trying to figure out how to use the best words, but that's just, I'm weird like that in a good way. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, either you like it or not. I am a lot nerdy. That's what people don't know.
Well, I like nerdy people.
I know. Shouts out to the nerds. Y'all are really winning.
Go nerds.
Nerds are winning. Okay?
Nerd alert.
Remember back in the day,
it wasn't popular to be a so-called nerd. It wasn't.
Now everybody wants to be Elon Musk.
Everybody does.
Real life Iron Man. Yeah.
No, but you guys are great. But going back to the question, how I got started. Okay, so if you follow my story, if you follow my journey, I'm a radio personality. So I started in radio when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
So with that being said, it was like I walked into this radio station with my sister because she didn't want to be on the street team, as they call it, like a promotional team. You got a whole bunch of teenagers, give them flyers. They'll promote the parties for you. They'll promote the concerts. They'll promote the radio station. And when you're a teenager and you're at a radio station, you're excited. You get to meet celebrities. You get to meet artists. You get to, free stuff. You get into concerts for free. All those perks. Mm-hmm. You're very excited. But it's like, you know what? I have a passion for it. The passion for it, I grew a love for the grind of it. And then 4 months of just being a street team member, the program director, big shouts out to Vic Frost and Freeze Productions in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He said, you know what? You got something. We're going to put you on the air. Oh, and super cool. I was the youngest radio personality in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
How old were you?
I was 15.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in high school, and then I had a weekend show. My show was entitled The High School Jamboree, and it was on Saturday mornings because, again, I have school.
Is it on YouTube by chance?
No. YouTube wasn't popping back then.
No, but I'm like, did somebody put it on YouTube?
It was MySpace, right?
No. Was it MySpace? It was MySpace. I had a MySpace.
Oh, okay.
But I had a Saturday morning show from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I did that until I graduated high school. Wow. And then they said, you know what? You need to go to college and get your degree. So I went to Fayetteville State University. Big shouts out to the Broncos. It is a HBCU, Historical Black College University. And I majored in communication.
Wow.
And I also worked and interned at the College Station, where I also had opportunity to work with a lot of artists and interview them. Ray J being one of them, DJ MV, Red Cafe. A lot of people. I've worked with a lot of people, and I've had the honor and privilege to interview a lot of people, even like just off the, hey, Fat Joe's going to call you in 5 minutes. You need to be ready. I'm like,
that's cool.
Like, really? But that's where you learn. You got to be quick on your feet. Mm-hmm. You got to be quick with your words. You got to be quick with your questions. So when someone is asking you a question, whatever answer they give you, you're able to pull out another question for that. But really taking the time to digest what they said and just not ask them a question just for the sake of having something else to say. So there's no dead air. So it's a technique and an art to this. It's levels to this.
How long did it take you to do that? Or were you just
over time? The longer,
practice,
I mean, this has been like 20
much,
years.
Yeah.
This is I'm like 15. Yeah. And it was times where I said that. I messed up. Why did I say that? And I also had a speech impediment growing up. I stuttered a lot. Oh, no. But radio taught me how to slow down because I could hear myself. I could hear my lisp. And I didn't like that, especially when my mom would say, slow down. You were talking really, really fast today. So I was able to just critique and perfect my craft over time. And look where I'm at now. I'm on the Hello San Antonio podcast. Oh my God. So, it was just, like any other gift, any other passion, any other skill that you have to perfect it. If you're a cosmetologist, if you're a makeup artist, you're a real estate agent, you perfect it. How can I sell houses better? How can I engage with my clients better? What can make me different from the rest? We may be doing the same thing, but I'm C Mack. I'm one of one. You're Bill Martinez, Melissa Franklin of the Hello San Antonio podcast. You guys are one of one. No one else can hold your platform down like you can. So that's what makes me different, I feel, as a podcaster, because I got a head start in radio as a kid.
A hell of a head start.
A hell of a head start. Yeah. So it's like I'm going to these summits. I'm with the program directors. I'm with the promotion directors. I'm with the sales managers. I'm learning how to write commercials. I'm learning how to do voiceovers. I'm a voiceover talent now. So I write, I produce, I direct commercials for people who need it for their events. And I'm blessed to do that for my church. That's how I serve, in my church. So yeah, it's just perfecting it until, hey, sky's the limit now, because now we have transitioned into the world of social media. So that's how I got started. Radio first.
Okay. Who's been your favorite person to interview of all those years? Like somebody that just jumps out.
Oh my gosh. You ready for this? Okay. So working with versus interviewing. Working with was the Yin Yang Twins. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You remember them?
They're funny, right?
Yeah, they're very funny. Shouts out to them. No, but they're still touring, they're still doing their thing with concerts and everything like that. I remember a funny story I have with the Yin Yang Twins is that, and here I am, I'm like 15, 16 years old. So
God, you were that young.
I was that young, and I was like,
wow,
just no idea of what was going on around me.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I really had some crazy, amazing opportunities.
Yes, and
that
talented
were before me, and I didn't even see the full picture of like the rooms that I was in. But they were hungry, and I knew of a really good restaurant back in my hometown called Vic's. They shut it down, so I went and got them food from Vic's. They wanted collard greens. They wanted soul food, so they gave me the money to go get the food. And guess what? I went to get the food. I picked it up, and they let me keep the change. It was like over $100. But look, I was a teenager. That was like a lot of money for me. So like, you can keep it. I was just like so happy. But working with them, promoting the concerts, all the artists that we have on the lineup, you get to meet them all. Who did I enjoy interviewing in that time, in that era?
Or who inspired you?
Period. Like over all the years.
You?
Steven Jackson is one of them.
The basketball player.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When he played for the Spurs or another team?
Spurs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Oh my gosh, I got a picture on my Instagram I can show you.
Well, you didn't live here at that time,
no,
right?
I was in Fayetteville, North
that's
Carolina.
why I'm thinking here. Like, wait a minute, that was
that's
a while
what I'm saying.
back.
Some of these people I didn't even know. I didn't even know like the level of like stature they were. They were just walking in the studio sometimes, and they have an entourage of like 50 people. They would come in the studio, and it's just like I just have to be, my personality and my skill would just turn on. So it's like, okay, but you feel the pressure. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like being told things last minute, but that's where I learned that in this industry, stuff happens last minute and things are constantly changing, and you have to go with it. So Steven Jackson, he gave me some words of wisdom. I understand it now. I didn't understand it.
Can you share those words of wisdom?
He's a powerful guy, and he has a podcast right now with another gentleman.
Another ball player?
Yeah, another ball player. I just remember him letting me know that everything I have is all that I need, and that I'll go far. That everybody that I've encountered, they've really poured into me. No one was like rude, nasty to me. I was the youngest out of my entire crew there. Like I wanted to be like them.
Babyface, yeah.
I was a babyface, and when there was nothing to do, I was still there. And that's when they saw that determination. Like,
that's a hunger.
This girl,
right there.
this girl will go home. Like I was there. Like from the morning show at 6 a.m. I would stay there all day.
Wow.
All day.
Very dedicated.
Very dedicated. And it's like it got me where I am now.
It paid off. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
So is there one advice you can give to other podcasters that may not, that are just starting out, that might, like, one piece of advice?
Or maybe wanting to start out.
Yeah. Ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to be a beginner. Also, just go for it. The more that you think about it, the more that you talk about it, And if you're not doing it,
the more you talk yourself out of it,
all
right?
you're doing is just talking about it. And I just listened to a quote and it said, a plan is nothing, but when you're planning, it's something. That's something. So you got to put it into action. Words are just words at the end of the day. But if you're not putting, if you're not following through with action, I don't want to be known as, oh, see, Mac, she just talks, but she never like delivers. Who wants to be known for that?
Yeah.
I don't. So believe in yourself, ask questions, do some research, study people on TV, reach out to other podcasters. Hey, would you like to collaborate? Would you like to cross promote? Would you like to come on my podcast? Like, we can talk about ideas. We can talk about what what are my strengths? What are your strengths? Here are my weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something that I'm really trying to perfect. I'm forever a student. That's the thing. Doesn't matter how many degrees or how many skills I have, what I'm good at. I'm always a student. I'm a student first.
Learning and growing every day.
Every single day.
So you asked me a question, or both of us a question, I think, when we were on your podcast. I'm going to throw that question back to you. What season are you in right now?
Oh my gosh. I'm in a season of evolving. I've been feeling like this for a few months now. I would say definitely. And I just had a conversation with one of my best friends today. So I'm just in a season of, I feel like there's a shift changing in me because of the opportunities that I'm getting, the opportunities that are falling into my lap. I feel like, okay, I need to mentally prepare, I need to spiritually prepare, because I take pride in what I do. I take pride in my skill. I just don't joke at this. Like, this is something that I'm very serious at because it's my gift.
You're passionate. You're serious.
I'm passionate about it. I'm serious
consistent
about it. I try to be.
You're an amazing woman.
Committed.
You
Yeah,
mentor.
Yeah.
You support others.
Absolutely.
You're an amazing woman.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm telling you, just evolving, because major things are about to take place. And it's like, the more opportunities I get, I feel like those are opportunities for other people that are supporting me, that are either next to me, behind me. I'm dropping keys. I'm not taking those keys with me. Like, I'm going to hear, like, oh my gosh, I know Melissa Franklin and Bill Martinez, they would be awesome at this opportunity. Like, here's their number, a connection, an opportunity. And that's how it should be. Unfortunately, it's not always like that, but it's a mindset thing.
So we want to promote your podcasts a little bit more.
Okay.
Are there any in December, January podcasts that are coming up soon that you can mention?
Okay, so I did post this on my Instagram page. I am on Instagram. You can follow me at Peeling Off the Layers podcast. Right now, we're taking the holiday break.
Okay.
But again, new episodes will drop the beginning of 2024.
Okay.
And I'm so excited about that. I feel like you got to take breaks sometimes. You don't want to you don't want to burn out. You still need to have that work-life balance. And again, it just depends on the person behind the platform. Some people don't take breaks. Some people will podcast for 3 months and they'll take a sabbatical for like 2 months. So as far as like December, of course, I was letting everybody know it's going to be on you all's show. For January, I'm kicking off new episodes. However, I was honored to be asked and to be invited to be one of the speakers on the panelist for Dream Week. She's speaking the state of the Black woman, and big shouts out to Michelle Roche, and oh my gosh, there's going to be amazing speakers. There's a therapist, there's an author, myself on this panel of women, and it's going to be at Upstage Comedy Club January the 13th. You guys get your tickets on Eventbrite. I'm honored. Dream Week is major.
And where's this located?
Upstage Comedy Club. It's I believe it's on Walsham. road.
Oh, okay.
But I am so honored because Dream Week is major. I mean, where I'm from, we don't have anything like Dream Week, and of course,
For those that don't know about it, go ahead and share what
so
what is
Dream
that?
Week, it celebrates the dream and life of the late Dr. Martin Luther King, and also it celebrates the African American culture here in San Antonio, Texas. So they have different events that fall under Dream Week, and it's a big deal. It's a major deal. So just to be asked to be a panelist, to be a part of this discussion, I mean, I really cried. I mean, my eyes
Oh,
got
wow.
water because sometimes again you don't feel like, I mean, people are really, when people make room for you at their table and they see you, they hear you, and they like believe in you, and they just like, they don't have any malicious intent. Like, they really want you to be a part of it. I really truly believe that I manifested that for myself, because I said, you know what, one day I'm going to be a part of that.
You should be so proud of yourself.
so right.
I am very
Wow.
proud. So
How long ago did you say that? Do you
what?
remember?
What?
That
Well,
you
she
said-
had mentioned
You said that you had
something
said it, that you manifested.
That I manifested
she
that?
had
Yeah.
she had mentioned it
Last
to me,
year.
but she's like,
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Well, she's like, don't tell anybody I mentioned it. Remember?
Well, we had a conversation
She's like, don't say anything
privately, but I hadn't announced it yet.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Okay.
was actually waiting for the flyer to
Okay.
come out, and it did. And so once the flyer came out, once the promo was announced, and it was announced that I was going to be a speaker, that's when sometimes I don't like to say things ahead of time.
Sure.
That's my way of protecting
Just in case something happens.
what God has given me, because
Well, it's not everybody's
again,
business, until you make it their
and
business.
sometimes people don't have good intentions towards you,
Yeah, sure.
especially when you have like a project, you got a major contract, you got a major opportunity. Keep it under wraps until it's okay to say something. Contract's been signed, the sign still delivered. So guess what? No one can come in the way of that. There's no distractions. I keep it here, and I highly believe that what you speak is as powerful as what you think. So when I first found out about Dream Week, of course, especially last year, I'm just like, you know what? I want to do something like that. I want to be on a panel. I want to do this. I want to do that. And guess what?
It happened.
It happened. So
Wow.
yeah,
Well, I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of me too.
Yes, be proud of yourself.
I like that.
I'm gonna be proud of
Proud of
yourself.
me too.
Yeah, it's very
It's like almost like a
surreal.
tear moment. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I did it.
It's like,
Next step.
is this for real?
It's happening.
Like, for
It's
real? Like, God want
happening.
me? Like, you're the bomb. I'm
You
like,
are the bomb.
Really? Yeah.
You work
but
so hard for this.
Yeah.
It's man, you just have to, when you believe it, when you write things down, but when it's really happening, it's like, what?
This is happening.
Really? Like,
God hears, right?
Yes.
God hears.
he does hear. And there's something else coming in January too, but that
Little secret.
Yeah, but
That's on layaway right now.
It's something else during Dream Week that I am a part of.
That's
so I'm
awesome.
actually a part of 2 events of Dream Week. And I mean, it is just like, when I'm telling you, when God gives it to you, when he gives it to you at the perfect time, in whole totality, like he gives it to you at the perfect time. And sometimes you just have to understand what you want, what you're asking for. He may not give it to you right then and there, because he knows what you're going to do with it. He wants to continue molding you into what you're doing. And he's going to have you experience some things. But guess what? When he gives it to you, you're going to be ready.
Right timing.
The right timing.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yep.
It's like, hey, hello, San Antonio.
When you're ready
podcast.
for
We want you to be, contract us. Not going to say who, but you fill in that blank. You fill in that blank of who you want to work with, who you want to collaborate with. It could be person, could be company. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm telling you.
Timing is important.
Get your passports. You never know. You just never know. You just never know. I mean, the sky is the limit. Like, podcasting is so trending now. Everybody is Podcasting is hot, but it's like, what are you talking about? You know, people care less of the fancy like equipment that you have. What are you talking about?
What's the content
That's
that you're bringing? What's the
important.
value that you're bringing?
That's
Yeah.
important. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? You know?
And are you genuine and real?
And are you genuine? Are you being transparent?
Yep. You cannot be fake. You
No.
have to just be yourself. That's what
You gotta relate. You gotta relate to people. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I have hustled. I have grind. I have struggled.
All right. So you're obviously a woman of faith. You got a favorite verse?
Yes, I love Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. That is my favorite scripture.
Got a
My
favorite book
Mm.
in the Bible?
Yes. And
Yeah.
you know, I love Esther.
Okay.
I love Proverbs.
Okay.
I love Ruth. Like those stories of women being chosen.
Okay.
Women that were overlooked. That's me.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So what inspired you to start podcast? Because I know you're in the radio business.
Yeah, radio industry. Podcasting came later, man. I was scared at first. I didn't
right?
want to do it.
How long were you contemplating it, or thinking about it, or bouncing the idea back and forth?
I want to say a few months.
Okay.
A few months.
Okay, so you weren't too scared then.
I mean, I took a hiatus from radio. Back in 2013. That's when I left the radio station. I didn't leave radio per se, but life was lifing. And I remember driving from Fayetteville, North Carolina to California with my son, who was 2 weeks shy of turning 1. I actually tell that story. But life was lifing me hard, and I wasn't making very much money at the time. And it was I just had to do what I had to do. So I took a very long hiatus. I wasn't trying to get back into radio at that time, just trying to take care of my son and just get my life together, because I really just had to focus on priorities. So yeah, I want to say fast forward, I launched Peeling Off the Layers podcast October 3rd of 2020. I just felt the nudge. I was like, you know what? I took a long hiatus for radio for so long, and I was just going through different seasons. I was going through dark seasons. I was going through seasons of depression, where I just stopped doing everything. But I was like, you know what? I've been through some stuff. Now I got a lot to say.
Now, how did you overcome those obstacles?
Oh my God. Going through it. I feel like you have to go through it. You have to go through to get to. And
so you weren't trying to numb it or ignore it necessarily, or
I mean, yeah, of course. We always try to, just being real and transparent, we always try to numb our pain. We try to numb our internal pain, our emotional pain, physical pain. I did. I turned to some things, but you know what? Like being a mom really changed my life. It really did. Like when I got pregnant with my son, like the light bulb came on for me. And I was a senior in college, and I didn't drop out. But when I graduated college with my bachelor's, my son was 3 months old.
Okay.
So I pushed, and my mom pushed me, because there was times where I wanted to drop out, especially after my grandmother passing away when I was a sophomore in college. I just wanted to throw in, like, I just don't want to do this anymore. So, yeah, I just kept feeling the nudge, just overcoming it, those trials and tribulations of my life. It was God, even when I wasn't talking to him, even when I had a beef with him, even when I was screaming at the top of my lungs and cursing and, using profanity and just like really fussing him out, because I was so angry. I was so angry at him, of what I was going through, thinking that he didn't love me. because of the things that I was enduring. And I got through it. Friends came to my aid. I made it to the other side. I didn't after launching my podcast, it was a time where I didn't record for like a year and 6 months just because of the state of depression that I was in.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just getting back out there and promising myself that I was not going to let up anymore. I was not going to let up my foot from the gas anymore, and I wasn't going to give up on me. And once I relaunched May 21st of 2022, it's been taken off.
Well, welcome back.
I know, right?
Mack.
Yeah, but that's how I overcame.
And that actually makes you stronger.
Yeah, it does.
So this might be an obvious question, but what's the meaning behind the title of your podcast?
Peeling off the layers.
So I was having a conversation with someone, and this person just thought they knew me. And I'm like, don't you despise it when you're having a conversation with someone and they just think they have you all figured out? But I'm just like, this person.
Boy, do I.
Oh my goodness.
This person thinks they have me all figured out when there's layers to me. There's so much more to me. This person has no idea what the heck they're talking about. Yep. And that's when it clicked. Peeling Off the Layers podcast. I took the onion metaphor, being a communication major. It's the onion metaphor. You're constantly peeling back the layers of that onion to find the core of the onion. Mm-hmm. And I said this, shouts out to Asha Cameron, because I was a speaker at her More Than a Woman event, and Scott Maloof. I told the women, you think about the onion, think about all those layers. There's so many layers to you and so many layers to you that makes you uniquely one of one. Like, do you get that there's not another Melissa Franklin? Yes, she may have the first and last name, but she's not Melissa Franklin.
Well, I'm the big onion.
You know what I'm saying? They're not like, yeah, that guy may have the same first name.
I got a lot of layers to peel off.
They're not Bill Martinez. They're not the Bill Martinez. Like, they're not the Clifford Mack. I tell people when they meet me, especially with my first name being Clifford, oh my gosh, I did not like my name growing up. I got bullied and teased every day. It was a nightmare. I went to go to the courthouse and I begged my family to take me to the courthouse and change my name. But my uncle told me this. My Uncle Donald, shouts out to Uncle Donald, best uncle in the world. He said, one day you're going to appreciate it. One day you're going to appreciate it. And boy, do I love it. It's so powerful.
Unique.
And just being named after my great grandmother, Clifford Kennedy. Awesome. So that's something that's been passed down to me.
That's memorable.
It's very memorable.
No doubt about
and
that.
It's special.
Yeah. So
you're very special.
When I meet people, I'll be like, listen, I'll probably be the only Clifford female.
Exactly.
You'll never forget me.
Yeah.
That's you're unique. Yeah.
Great branding.
Exactly. Great branding.
Exactly.
And now I love it. I protect it when I walk in the room. I'm unforgettable. But yeah, that's how Peeling Off the Layers came to be. And when I announced the name, people were so like, I love it.
It's a unique name.
It's something.
It's like I kept calling it a peeling off. You know why?
Well, some people say peel back. Well, no,
peeling
it's peel
off the
off.
onion, because she kept mentioning it over and over about the onion. That's why it was in my head.
Yeah.
But
I said,
layers.
Like an onion, just like.
That's why I kept calling it that. Like, but it's the layers. Yes.
Peeling Off the Layers podcast, because that's like
C-Mack. And so so how did you create the C-Mack, the name?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so with my first name being Clifford, C just comes from my first initial, and Mack is my last name, M-A-C-K. So C-Mack.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I will give you a fun fact. When I first started in radio, C-Mack was not my name.
What was it called?
It was C-Love.
C-Love.
Yes. But as I was growing up and getting older,
and what radio station?
Not C-Lo.
And what radio station is this?
Big shouts out to WCCG 104.5 Carson Communications in Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's my home. That's where I got my start. So yeah, it was the high school jamboree with C Love. But see, I don't say that a lot. I don't tell people that a lot, but that is a little history. And see, and it popped up. Even Siri is listening. But
Big brother.
But exactly.
Like these phones.
They're listening.
The smartphones.
Too smart.
Too smart.
We need stupid phones back.
But
You lost your train of thought?
no. I'm there.
They're scary sometimes.
I know, it's crazy. So C Love was the name that they gave me because they were just like, okay, we got to think of a name for you. I was like, okay. So we just went with C Love, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm about to be 18. I'm getting a little older. I think C Love is kind of I need something like something else, like, just mature. Not saying, shouts out. People do go by C Love now. Shouts out to whoever goes by that. But no, I just went by my name, C Mack.
C Mack.
And that's
well,
it.
I love
it's been
C-Mac.
that. It's just been that ever since. No one
has
calls
that
me
name.
C Love.
No one has that name, C Mac. So.
No, and that's real. That's like my real government name. Mm-hmm. These are some great questions, guys. Y'all are doing awesome. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's how I got started.
What do you mean? Thank you. Like, take all the credit. Look at him. He's like, thank you.
But you said something, Melissa. You said, where did that name come from? And it's like, I was very private in just my life and not really wanting to share my story because just feeling shame and guilt and embarrassment about the things that I've went through. And then, God was just like, no, like you can, like, I want you to tell these stories.
Well, I hope we make you feel we make you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, to share your story with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love sharing it. And shouts out to San Antonio Voyage magazine because they did reach out to me and I was publicated. I was featured as a story. They really do shine a light on San Antonio hidden gems. In April of this year, I was featured sharing my story, and another feature just went live from San Antonio. I'm sorry, Canva Rebel. Canvas Rebel. I was featured in there, and also sharing my story with 180 Life Entertainment magazine.
Or with the local celebrity right now.
I'm just grateful. And I used to blog for a magazine in New York City called Air Barrio magazine, sharing relationship tips.
So you got a long resume.
Long resume of just things that
the blessings
media.
Okay, now that you said that, relationship tips. My mind is going 1,000 miles per hour. What is the most bizarre question someone asked you when you were giving relationship tips?
God, you're making her think.
Nothing just pops out. Nothing just pops out.
Okay, so your question is, what is the most bizarre question that I've been asked?
Yeah, as relationship, give somebody giving relationship tips. Is there something that
pops out?
Yeah, it pops out, something that's memorable.
You know what?
A little weird and strange.
I've seen it. I've seen weird. I've seen strange for a piece of change. I've seen a lot of things. I've seen people will go far. People will do really crazy things out of desperation. Especially when it comes to relationships. I mean, as far as like, I was really giving people tips when it comes to, okay, these are things that you can do for a date night.
Oh, okay.
Everything doesn't have to be about money. I love the most simplest things. I think you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong. But for me, like women,
Should I leave this conversation?
No, don't leave the conversation because you have women that love the simple things in life. Less is more, and then you have women that No, it needs to be a Ferrari. I said this kind of style. And if you can't provide that for me, then, I don't want anything to do with you. So you have different calibers of women, and I don't judge anybody. You like what you like.
It's like the 4 love languages.
And there's 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. 5.
No, you're good.
And mine is family time.
I love family time. I love affirmations, acts of service. It doesn't have to be about money all the time, but we live in this era.
I was thinking of the 4 agreements. That's what it is.
I have that book. I haven't read it yet.
It's the 5 love languages. But yeah, I was thinking the 4 agreements.
But
I don't know about
I haven't been. Well, you know what? I do get. I get asked questions by close friends of mine. They may want advice on something. And we just talk. I'm not a licensed therapist. That's a disclaimer.
But straight at the camera saying that.
I'm not a licensed therapist. Shouts out to my therapist. I am in therapy. I love therapy. I think everyone should
actually
go.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs to talk to someone.
Yeah, you need to talk to somebody. Whether there's amazing things going on in your life, and if you're just in a season where things just aren't going so well. But it's there's a lot of scenarios. Okay, so he got me this, and I really don't know how to react towards this.
She didn't like it, I guess.
What is he expecting?
I mean, I try not to, I try not to, I'm always fair. I want to be fair. I want to be fair with my friends, and they know that. I have close friends of mine. Oh my gosh, they are not yes friends. Everything I say, they're not agreeing with everything. They're not like that, and I appreciate that. I don't want to be right all the time. I'm not trying to be right all the time. This is what's going on. If there's a scenario, there's a situation, we really do give sound advice. I am very careful. First and foremost, I'm very careful about the things that I share, whether it's something personal, whatever I am going through. You're not going to see me put it out on a Facebook story. You're not going to see me post it. That's not for everybody. Sometimes we have to heal in private so we can glow in public. Okay.
Actually, I like that.
Girl.
I like that. Right?
We gotta heal in private so we can glow.
One more time.
Sometimes you have to heal in private so you can glow in public.
Amen to that one.
So, I'm just thinking about the question that Bill asked me. What are some weird questions that you've been asked? I mean,
well, if nothing jumps out, then don't worry.
Nothing really jumps out. It's fine. It's okay. But nothing really truly jumps out. It's just what? As I age, as I grow, as I experience, as I have endured, I mean, I've been through some things. To where, oh my gosh, I've been gullible. I've been stupid. I've been naive. I've been that girl. I've been used. I've been abused mentally, spiritually, financially. I mean, but now it's okay, after lesson, after lesson, after lesson, after lesson, sometimes we put ourselves in these situations. But I've grown. Now it's just I can spot the BS. I can spot it out. I can smell it.
You see them.
I can smell it. I can sense it. I can dream it. I can, you know what I mean? But it's at the end of the day, I'm a solid person. I have a good heart. I have pure intentions for my friends, for the people that I love. If you know, I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm telling you.
That's why you're able to do what you do and podcast and,
and share.
And share your
information. Yes. Come on. I'll tell you a story, and I don't know how much time you have, but I had met this guy years ago. This was a few years ago. This is more than 5 years ago. And met him online. Okay. I was not
it the Prince of Zimbabwe?
No.
So I met that guy too.
No. But I was not listening to my inner voice. I was ignoring the Holy Spirit. I didn't want to be right. I just like I just want it to happen for me. Like I just want good things to happen for me. Why is that? Why am I
Wow, I didn't want to be right.
I
Wow.
didn't.
Wow.
That's honest though.
That's loud right there. That's
I
like
didn't
wow.
want to be right
About your intuition.
about my intuition. And sometimes when it comes to intuition, and ladies, yes, and guys, yes. Guys have it too. You have intuition, right?
Yeah, but a lot of guys ignore it.
Well, sometimes we ignore it too.
Well, sometimes girls fantasize about a guy that doesn't exist, like it's a fairy tale. And we
like a fantasy.
portray this person that doesn't exist, and we want to think that that's what he is, but he's not.
Yeah, because we want it so
because
bad.
we want that person.
We want it so bad. We see the good,
so we ignore,
and we hang on to the good. And guess what?
Yeah, it gets us in trouble.
I've been scammed.
As long as you have hope, you'll hold on.
Oh my gosh! But you know what? Sometimes we have to
be strong.
You gotta be strong. You gotta take the blinders off. I'm telling you, I've been in situations where a really close friend of mine, and she knows this story because she's watching it. She said, "You look great." Shouts out to Gracia. I love her. But she was telling me, no. She was asking me questions, and I was getting mad at her because I'm just like, this is happening for me. You know, like we were getting into it and I was getting upset, but I was fighting it. Again, I didn't want to be right. This guy scammed me.
Oh no.
This guy was a masterful con artist. That was my first experience being conned, being scammed. And I'm telling you, I was embarrassed. This is going to be in my book, by the way. I'm writing it. It's crazy. I was planning a wedding. I was embarrassed. Like I was fooled. I was bamboozled. I was hoodwinked.
What did you learn from all of this?
That's a great question. Yeah.
Jeez. Trust the Holy Spirit. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. You can't be naive. You can't be blind.
And there
you
were
have to ask questions.
And there were red flags too.
Yeah, as I look back now, there were.
But you ignored them.
I ignored them. I mean, he was so masterful. And this was like in a span of. This wasn't very long. I mean, I just fell for it. I fell for the lie, and it's just crazy because when it happened to me, I felt like a terrible mother. I felt like, how did I let this happen? How am I going to pay my bills? You know,
I got that bad.
After that, my car was repossessed, not once, but twice. And I'm trying to constantly just, get out of this hole that I put myself in. That was my fault. Yes, I was believing what he said, but anyone can be played. Anyone could be lied to. Anyone can look at you in the face and lie to you. Anyone can look at you in your face and smile and pretend. That was my wake-up call. I'm telling you, I didn't even tell my mother when it happened. It's like as soon as the transaction happened, something just clicked in me.
The dominoes just fell, huh?
But guess what?
It just, and there was nothing really that the police could do because it was a mutual.
But guess what?
Transaction. Mm-hmm.
Anybody can get themselves out of the hole.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody what?
Can get themselves out of the hole.
If you're determined to.
They can.
Yeah. Yeah. If they are determined to, if you have that grit, if you have that tenacity.
You said some people can get themselves in the hole, but people can get themselves out of the hole.
You got to get yourself out. You got to get yourself out. Yes. I'm telling you. But you know what? I said, if money is all this person wanted, they can have it. Me and my son are safe. Anything could have happened. But that was a lesson learned for me. And guess what I did? I went to one of my best friend's houses. I went to her house and I knocked on her door. I called her and I'm just like a ball of tears. And she was like, I knew it. I knew it. And there was nothing that I could say. I just remember feeling so mad at myself. But you know what? I learned from it. I grew from it. Money will always come and go. But I got my life. I got my lessons.
And you got your podcast.
And I got my podcast. But
and now you're going to be.
Oh my God.
What is it on? One more time.
Okay. So Dream Week, there's an event being presented by She's Speaking.
Okay.
This is the State of the Black Woman. I am a panelist there, a guest speaker, along with other amazing speakers, powerful women. Big shouts out to Michelle Roche. She's just amazing. And it's going to be at Upstage Comedy Lounge, Walsham Road.
Do you know how much the tickets are? Or?
You know what? I can look on my phone right now and get all this. And get all this information right now for you. So I can go ahead and share that information. But yeah, it's just been a journey. But as I said, I was embarrassed when it happened. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to share with my family. I was embarrassed to tell my mother.
Did you know people thought that he was fooling you or scamming you?
No one met him.
Okay. So nobody knew.
This was private.
Okay.
This was private. Again, being very private about my personal life, especially with relationships.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't share anything. It was just like.
Now, can I ask you something? You don't have to answer this, okay?
Go ahead.
Because it's interesting why we as people don't like to share things. And I think it's because we don't want to be told that our intuition is right.
Well,
now, could that be why you didn't share it or no? Or what that's, because I don't know. Anytime I've hid stuff, it's because I didn't want to admit to what I was doing.
Well, it's not like what I was doing was wrong.
Okay.
Here I am, an adult woman.
Okay.
Excuse me. Here I am, an adult woman, seeing a guy, dating. That's normal, right? Here we are planning a wedding. That's normal. I'm trying on a wedding dress.
But still, like,
that's normal.
Planning a wedding without introducing him to your family is kind of like.
This day and age where I'm at in my life right now, I don't care if I get married in blue jeans and I'm at City Hall.
Oh, wow.
I don't care if I'm at City Hall as well. But I want to introduce my mom, my dad.
Well, I mean, now he back then when I was seeing this scum, now he did have a conversation with my mom on the phone.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like, no.
But now you can actually show your parents and the bum on February what? What's the date? February what?
What February what?
What you're about to announce right now.
Oh no, this is
that's something.
The Dream Week event.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in February.
She's like
no, it's January 13th.
January 13th. Okay,
yes.
So January 13th.
Yes.
You can show
you to call them out.
I want not call them out.
No, I don't
want you to call them out. I want them to be proud of you. And I'd be like,
I don't. This person. No, honestly, this person's probably in prison because I just felt like what. If he's done this to me, he's done this to so many other women. And maybe he could be in jail. Yeah. But you know what?
So
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to interrupt this because I think we wasted enough time on this guy.
Oh yeah, we don't
energy.
Yeah, no energy. Yeah, but that's a story.
That's a story. That's a story. Appreciate the story.
Though. So yeah, just announce like.
Okay, so yes, it's She's Speaking, the State of the Black Woman. It's a panel discussion for Dream Week 2024. And it is amazing. It's going to be a panel discussion on topics relevant to Black women. Topics include mental health, hair, entrepreneurship, relations, plus collaborations. Disclaimer, this event is for all women from all ethnicity,
So
from all ethnic backgrounds. You can come. It's going to be January 13th at 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock at Upstage Comedy Lounge at 4441 Walsham Road, right here in San Antonio. That's 4441 Walsham Road. Yes, so make sure you get your tickets, and tickets are ranging anywhere between $35 and $50. So it's just amazing what comes with it. I mean, I am just so excited. And you can go to eventbrite.com.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, that was a great promo right there.
That's
exactly what I was hearing.
Except for Bill can't go, right? Because it's all women.
That's okay. That's okay.
Can we put a
Why
wig on him?
No. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. You
Let's put a wig on him.
I'm not trying to interfere with anything.
No, it's but yeah, I'm just saying, like, just reverting back to why I told that story is because I want people to know and understand that I'm a human being. Mm-hmm. I've gone through things just like you've experienced things, and they weren't always pretty, but we had to go through those lessons for a reason. So now, if someone is going through that, or you probably don't know that you're going through that, you probably feel like you're going through that. You may feel like someone that you're with isn't being straightforward with you. You feel like they may be hiding some things. I mean, you have to have those conversations of expectation. But you know what? You don't know what you'll do in a situation until you're in it.
And you're not alone.
You're not alone. So just make sure you have that support. But yeah, lesson learned. My 20s was something. I'm telling you, but a lot of hard lessons, but a lot of lessons had to be learned to just, it built me for who I am.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So you lived here in San Antonio for 4 years?
Oh, no. I just celebrated my 9th year anniversary,
okay.
November the 8th of this year. So November the 8th, 2014, I landed here.
What's your favorite thing about San Antonio?
Oh, I have a lot of favorite things, but I love the plethora of opportunities that this city has, like the job market. It's just amazing. If you quit one job or you get laid off or whatever you're looking for, jobs are out here. If you're not working, it's because you're lazy. But it's like you live in certain cities, especially like smaller cities. If you get laid off or you get fired from a job or you quit a job, sometimes finding another one isn't easy at all. Here, it's like hotcakes. There's a job across the street waiting for you right now. You can walk in and fill out an application, go online, and start your onboarding in 48 hours. I mean, it's like, I love it here. There's so much opportunity. It's open space. It's like it's just enough room for everybody. I love San Antonio. I love the food. I love the food because I'm a foodie and the food is so great. Y'all have a party for everything. The festivals are awesome. I love watching the monarch butterflies fly on the windshields. That's my reminder that
you don't have that up where you're from.
No, not in not in North Carolina, not in Fayetteville. I've never seen that before. When I came here, it was a bit of a culture shock. Yes, I've traveled in the U.S., but being in Texas, I tell people to know Texas, you got to come to Texas. Yeah. And when I came here, I'm like, I understand why people they come to Texas and they don't want to leave. Well, it's just, I'm spoiled here.
It's cheaper. You have more opportunity business wise. Mm-hmm. We say y'all and fixing all the time. We have great Tex-Mex food, tacos, gorditas.
Gorditas, yes. They're everywhere.
Menudo.
Yes. Tamales. I'm craving for tamales.
Arroz con leche. I mean, I've converted. I've converted a lot. I like that. I the tamales. Oh my gosh. I love
arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo. Yes, I eat it all. I love it. It's so good. But that's what I love about San Antonio. The festivals, the people, the culture. I wanted to raise my son in a cultural environment.
Oh,
And that's what I said to myself. I said, you know what? I'm going to raise my son in a cultural environment.
Well, thank you so much for being in our podcast.
Yes, you're welcome.
And really one more time, how do we reach you on Peeling Off the Layers?
So you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Peeling Off the Layers Podcast. That's PeelingOfftheLayers podcast. There's no funny spelling to that. I am on TikTok under CMAC_POTL podcast. Email peelingoffthelayerspodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, that's how you can get in contact with me.
Yeah, so, and if you're ever interested in being in your podcast, it's email.
Absolutely. You can send me an email at peelingoffthelayerspodcast@gmail.com. Also, I do have episodes on all streaming platforms, anywhere you hear a podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being in our podcast.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Did I answer all your questions?
Most of them.
I think so.
If not, we can do another one later.
Okay, yeah sure.
Yeah.
No,
any that I can think of, sure.
Y'all are great. Just keep doing your thing, and I'm just excited for you. 2024 is going to be very.
We're excited for you as well.
Yes, thank you so much for being on our podcast. We much appreciate it.
You're welcome. Love you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye, San Antonio.
Bye, San Antonio.
Bye, San Antonio.
Have a good night.
We'll see you on the next podcast.
See you in the next podcast. Good night.
This was so fun.
Still alive.
Still alive.
Where's the other one?
Oh, there are some comments.
Oh, there was.
That's why I wanted the computer on.
Yeah, I just